Imagine meeting someone who can read an entire book, understand every word, even explain the meaning perfectly. But when you give them a pen and ask them to write a simple sentence, they freeze. Not because they're lazy, not because they're stupid, but because their brain simply can't do it. This rare and fascinating condition reveals something surprising about how the human brain works. Today, we'll explore the psychology of people who can read, but cannot write. Picture this. A young man sits in a classroom. His teacher asks him to read a paragraph from a textbook. He reads it smoothly. Perfect pronunciation. Perfect understanding. The teacher is impressed. But then she says, "Now write a summary of what you just read." Suddenly, everything changes. The boy grips his pencil. His mind goes blank. The letters that made perfect sense a moment ago now feel like a foreign language. This strange disconnect leaves teachers confused, parents worried, and the student feeling embarrassed. But psychologists say something deeper is happening inside the brain. Most people assume reading and writing are the same skill. But they're not. Reading is mainly about recognition. Your brain sees symbols and matches them to sounds and meaning. Writing, however, is far more complex. It requires memory, motor coordination, language organization, spelling recall, and fine hand movement. In other words, writing is like building a house, but reading is simply looking at one that already exists. And for some people, the brain can easily recognize words but struggles to construct them. Psychologists often link this issue to something called dysgraphia. People with dysgraphia may understand language perfectly, read fluently, speak intelligently, but when it comes to writing, their brain struggles to translate thoughts into written symbols. Letters may come out backwards, words may appear scrambled, and sometimes, the brain simply refuses to cooperate at all. The biggest challenge isn't the writing itself. It's the judgment from others. Teachers might say, "You're not trying hard enough." Friends might laugh when they see messy handwriting. Over time, many people with this condition begin to believe something painful, that they're not smart. But in reality, many brilliant thinkers struggle with writing. Some are amazing storytellers, speakers, or problem solvers. Their intelligence simply lives in a different part of the brain. History shows that intelligence doesn't always follow traditional rules. Some people who struggled with writing became inventors, artists, entrepreneurs, deep thinkers, because their minds worked more visually, verbally, or creatively instead of symbolically. The brain is incredibly diverse, and sometimes the things we call weaknesses are simply different wiring. So the next time you meet someone who can read perfectly but struggles to write, remember this. Their brain is not broken. It's simply processing language in a different way. The human mind is full of mysteries, and sometimes, the people who struggle with the smallest tasks are the ones whose minds are thinking in the most extraordinary ways.